today we got three great guys who are going to put on a great show today. A lot of times I wish an hour could turn into 24 hours because the questions I'm going to have for these guys are going to say, wow, he's got a lot of questions. Right, Brian? Good morning.
Always. Morning.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to be talking to Blake Thomas. Good morning, Blake.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
You're at the helm of Big Rapids Cardinals. You know, a lot of guys would love to have your job, and then there's a few of us that would never take that job. But, you know, you're always going to have critics, and you're always going to be patted on the back. And when it comes right down, it's the horses that makes the driver, I always say, in the horse business that I'm in. You got some good horses, and it's new to be at you're taking on a job that a man, Cole's grandpa, just left here and left a legacy of winning, traditional guy on winning, a Hall of Fame coach. It's kind of hard to follow those footsteps, but you know, like I tell people, you know, I had a guy tell me, you'll never make a pimple on your dad's beep. And I said, well, if I can just make a half of one, I'll be happy. And I think I've done that. You know, you got to be happy within yourself. It's not what other people think. You're a leader. It's going to show what you are here this next few years at the helm of the Cardinal basketball program. We've got a great gym up there. Now we have two. You got some really dedicated players. You got a lot of competition out there this year. I understand Chippewa Hills is a lot better this year than they have been in the past. Reed City's building a great program up there. Tri-County's always tough, and Hart, what can you say about Hart Grant and Newego over there? So you got some pretty good competition. Should be some great games. I just want to talk to Cole Heist just for a few minutes here. Good morning, Cole.
Good morning.
You know, you just and Trent, you two, I'm going to talk to you. Trent Mossel's with us, and he comes from a great family, and we could talk about an hour on the Mossels and how they came up here through the Totten. His great-great-great-grandmother was a Totten out in Grant Center, and she told her husband that she met at Ferris State back in, I'm going to say the 40s, 30s, 40s. She says, I'll marry you, and he was from Chicago, but I'll marry you, but you've got to buy some land up here in Grant Township. Well, you end up buying half of Young's Lake, and today I think the descents are, 8 families out there? 6? 6 or 8, yeah. And so Grandpa made a Grandpa made a promise, and boy, now the dream's here in Big Rapids. We got the Mossels, so we're very fortunate. I'm going to skip back and forth, and Blake, don't worry, I'll get to you too. But I just want to talk about football. First of all, I want to congratulate both you guys. You made Big Rapids very proud on your football abilities out there. Cole, you were the leader for the last 3 years, I believe, in the quarterback.
Yeah, a little bit here and there. 2 years, and then I came in for Riley, who got injured my sophomore year.
Yeah. Let's just talk about your career now. It's over with. You know, you're a senior this year, right?
Yes, sir.
So you got a couple more sports. You got basketball and baseball, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, what did football mean to you compared to these other two sports? And what was it like working with the staff that you had and the players you had? I mean, you guys accomplished. You won a district.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the first district that they've won since.
We won on our sophomore year as well.
Okay.
But before that, it was like 03 or something like that.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time.
You guys.
Pull those mics much closer to you there.
Yeah, you got to get right into it. Yeah. Yeah. See how I'm talking to it, and you won't catch a cold, and if you do, just take some ivermectin. But anyway, so a lot of pressure on you. A lot of pressure on you, or how did you handle that pressure?
Yeah, like you said, we have a great staff over at Big Rapids for the football program. We got plenty of great coaches, and I think just the pressure is lifted off my shoulders because I knew I had great athletes around me. My job was I was just like basically the point guard on the football field, just get the ball to those athletes and let them work in space because I knew that once I got it out to those guys, we were going to be good to go.
Boy, you had a lot of smiles, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun year. We had a bunch of great wins.
That's what's all about life is, you know, it's a blink. It really is. You know, at 72 years old, I look back and I think, wow, you know that song, Don't Blink?
Yeah.
You know, I was 6 years old taking a nap. Next thing I know, I marry my high school sweetheart. And it's just unbelievable how fast it goes by. But you are enjoying it. You've enjoyed it. But didn't it go fast in 4 years?
Yeah, crazy. Everybody tells you how fast these 4 years go, and you don't really believe it until you're there, really.
We can compare it.
What was, if you had to single out one of your greatest achievements in high school so far, what would that be? Would that be in your football or basketball or baseball or what?
I mean, I've had plenty of great experiences just enjoying the ride, but I would say that Ludington win round one this last fall was one that sticks out. Just down 11 with 4 minutes to go to come back and get that win for our program, it was huge.
Yeah, it was. While we were listening to it, I was listening to it in Zots, I think, or watching it. I guess it was screened, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on TV.
Yeah. And that was unbelievable. What happened there? I mean, did they let their armor down and you guys just kept coming at them, or?
I think just like I've mentioned, we had a huge senior class that we've played together since third grade, played that Rocket football program basically, and we've got great additions along the way and Trenton and those kind of kids. But we just have resilience. I felt like we just, as our seniors, we knew we were going to keep fighting till the end. Whether we went down with a loss or we came out like we did on top, we were going to be swinging the whole time.
Yeah. What did, who do we got in there? Hi, Jen. But Jen, the owner of the radio station, always has to come in here and just kind of smile at us, give her that beautiful smile. But anyway, so after the game, when you shake the hands of the opponents there, what, was there any words?
No, we just focused on ourselves because we knew their season had come to an end and they had nothing to lose at that point, but we knew we had another game to play, so we just kept our composure, moved on to the next one.
But did they congratulate you?
Yeah, through the line, there's good sportsmanship all the way out throughout.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of tough getting beat.
Yeah.
Then you went on to the next round.
Yep.
And that was with?
We went all the way up to Escanaba for that one.
Oh, that's right, and you beat them.
Yep.
Wow, what a trip was that like?
Yeah, that was some great memories we got to build with our team and our coaches because, I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take a charter bus all the way up to the UP. And, I mean, coming down with the win was the best part because then you got to ride the bus back and celebrate.
Right, yeah. So then you went to?
Down to Unity Christian.
Well, back up to Escanaba real quick. And we'll get over with this, folks. I know you guys all want to talk to, listen to Blake Thomas and how great he is and how great he's going to do and everything. We'll get to that in a minute.
But I think it's important that, again, the players make the coach, and you couldn't ask for two better young men than these two. That's why when I got hold of Blake, I said, Cole and Trenton, come on. There's others too, but these are two young men that I have seen grow up and I think the world of. And I think it's the reason for the success they've had is because of the people they are.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're paid athletes. But anyway, you guys are paid, aren't you?
No, not yet.
You're not yet. Okay, I wasn't sure. Well, I was wrong there. Hey, Escanaba, what were they like?
I mean, they were great. They were very different from our first playoff because Ludington was one that was fast. They spread out, threw it around. Escanaba was kind of similar to us, very physical, very downhill team. They just wanted to grit it out on the football field. I mean, we came out with the win, so that was good with us.
How'd they handle it?
They were very calm and collected. I would say they play a lot of hockey up there. They were all kind of excited to get moving on to hockey. It almost felt like.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Well, just like you, as soon as you jumped out of that, you put your jersey on for your basketball, didn't you?
Yeah, big group of us. Right as soon as football is over into basketball, but
kind of sad for the guys that just play football, though.
Yeah, for
Jack Bowman or Max
for sure.
Bowman.
I mean, we were in the we all.
Why did you guys let them down? I mean, you should have kept winning for them.
I mean, we were trying. We weren't looking forward to basketball at all. We were trying to make a run there in football.
Blake wasn't sitting there watching. You're going, that's okay, Cole. We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
No, I think he was cheering us on. I think he was worried that some of us might get hurt, hoping we didn't get injured. But that was about all he had to say.
That's true. Yeah. You ran the ball quite a bit.
I did this year. Yes.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
those
fun.
touchdowns and Mom and Dad up there smiling and saying, "That's my boy." That's my boy.
I don't know about that, but
well, I know. I got to congratulate you. Anyway, I just want to congratulate you on a great year. We should have had you guys in after the football season. I don't know why we didn't.
Things happen.
Things happen. Sometimes they don't happen. Trent, I want to talk to you a little bit. You come from Byron Center.
Yep. Door.
Yep. The door at Byron Center.
Yep.
Well, compare the two towns. How's Big Rapids compared to Byron Center? Looking. Well, Byron Center, Door.
Yep.
There's a Catholic church down there. But anyway, compare the two a little bit. What do you see similarities there?
Well, I love Big Rapids. You know, it's a lot more of a community where Door was kind of just, you know, the people in your neighborhood. But outside of that, you don't really know anybody in Big Rapids. You know, like everybody around there. It's a lot more community in Big Rapids.
And then why do you think that is?
I don't know, just a smaller town, and everybody's so tightly knit, I feel like, and just everybody knows each other.
So you'd rather be here than, say, Grand Rapids Christian or
Yeah.
Kanawha Hills or
Yep, for sure.
cities and stuff, huh? Yeah, good, yeah. Well, you come from a great family. Your dad's gave you everything you need to excel in your sports athletic ability that you've shown. You had a great football season.
Yep.
Yeah, you played what position?
Receiver, and then I played a little bit of outside linebacker.
How did Cole throw the ball right to you?
Yeah.
Whenever you missed it, it was his fault, though?
No.
You go back to the huddle and say, Cole, I'm over here, not over there, or anything like that? You never had to do that with him?
No, but it was definitely on me whenever that happened.
Yeah. Anybody you want to thank on this coaching staff that was a big part in bringing you to as good a football player as you were?
I don't know. I think just all the coaches were great. You know, I don't really have any one in particular. I think everybody was just great as a whole staff.
Yeah. Boy, blank too, because you're a senior?
Yep.
So you're all done too, then you're both walk, yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to basketball. Good morning, Blake.
Good morning.
There are a lot of guys, and I mean this not being facetious, that would love to have your job, but you worked hard at it. How many years you been here?
I have been coaching here at Big Rapids since 2009, 2010.
Oh, yeah, you're getting old, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, did you ever contemplate you being the head coach at Big Rapids High?
Yeah, I think it's something that it's something that I've always wanted to do, is be a varsity basketball coach. And I went to Ferris, met my wife at Ferris. She's a Chip Hills grad. Don't hold that against us. And, you know, I found my wife, and she loves it up here, so we decided to stay. Fell in love with the basketball program, working under Cole's grandpa, Ken Ingles, one of the best to ever do it, an X's and O's genius. And being able to work with him, and I played in a basketball program in high school where we won 23 games in 4 years. So to be a part of a program that won consistently, it became pretty addicting. And it was something that I genuinely loved and cared about. And as Kent got a little bit older, it's something that we had discussed as well. And it's something that I'm very, very appreciative and grateful to have the opportunity to lead these guys.
Where'd you grow up at?
I'm originally from Charlotte, Michigan.
Charlotte?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Did you have Retta McNeil as a teacher?
I did not.
Glenwood?
Nope.
God darn, I'm getting old, Bob. Glenwood and Retta McNeil are good friends of mine. They were both school teachers at Charlotte, Michigan. They had a beautiful farm down there. They're both gone now, I believe. And they had harness horses and some really good harness. Chicory Wen was the best harness horse. I think they almost made $1 million with that trotter. But they are very nice people. I think he taught math and her English. Yeah, good people. Well, we won't talk about them anymore. So Charlotte, known for what besides meth? I'm only kidding.
I'm not sure if it's known about meth. It's it's a suburb of Lansing, or the Orioles. I guess the one thing that I could point out is we have a giant dome there was our gym, and it was known as the Dome of Doom. But usually we were the only team that was doomed in the Dome of Doom, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a cool atmosphere, cool high school basketball atmosphere. Like Trent said, very similar to Big Rapids, really, really tight-knit community. I still have a group chat with 12 of my best friends from high school, and we talk every day. So a really tight-knit community. I've always said if you just took Ferris and plugged it into Charlotte, it would be very similar to Big Rapids.
It is a very nice community. They were at one time the highest rate for divorcees in the state of Michigan, back when I was younger.
Well, I'm glad I moved to Big Rapids then.
No, somebody had to be the highest, so that was what they were known for. But it is a beautiful downtown down there, very safe to live there. I know people, we hired people from Charlotte over the years. They have a big consumers power plant there, maintenance program there. We used to tow the trucks down there to them. Yeah, I know Charlotte real well. What else you want to know about it?
What else do you want to know about it?
So anyway, let's go on. How many games you guys played so far?
We've played 4.
And how has that gone so far?
You know, we're 1-3, 1-1 in the conference. Opened up with a really good Kanawha Hills team. They beat us by 27, but it was a little bit closer than that. We were down 13 going into the third quarter. They kept our press on, and they kind of punished us out of that. And then we lost to a Chip Hills team who was as good as they've been in probably a decade.
Long time.
They beat Reed City at home the other night. Coach Darnell's done a pretty good job over there. And then we beat Tri-County last Friday, and we played a good Traverse City St. Francis team last night. We were down, 13, About 4 minutes left, 12 or 13.
And at one point it was 16. I think
16,
going into the fourth quarter was 41 to 30.
And we came back and tied it up.
Great game.
With 6 seconds left, and unfortunately, we fouled with 1.3 seconds left. They knocked down a couple of free throws. But the way the guys competed down the stretch, really proud of them. And we're right there. We're right there. Just a couple of little things that we need to change, and the wins are coming.
Have we been playing St. Francis lately?
I think we've played them about the last 2 years, so this is our third year.
Did you play up there, or was it down here? I missed it again.
I was down here.
It was down here last night, went there last year, and kind of the same thing. Got down and then came back and then ended up beating them in overtime 2 years ago. So they've been really, really good competitive games every time we've played them.
Do you have any schedules out in the area where people can find out when the games are? You know, back in the old days, I remember Larry Jorgensen always supported and sponsored a little card with the schedule on it. I haven't seen any of those, so somebody's dropping the ball out there, because I know a lot of people come in the station. I didn't know they were playing last night. I'd have went to the game. So somehow we got to get that. That has nothing to do with coaching, but maybe you can go back and tell your new AD that maybe we ought to get some schedules out there. They're not that much.
Maybe we get
fun.
Stephanie on the show coming up. Maybe we get Stephanie on the show coming
her on,
up.
didn't we?
Yeah, we've had her on.
Yeah, that's enough.
Well, Friday night there's a big game, Pat.
Huh?
Friday night there's a big
There you
game.
go, hockey.
Well, we'll talk basketball right now.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you say a big game coming up Friday night, that means probably the hockey team's.
Well, hockey's playing Friday night too,
There
but
you
I don't
go.
know how many
See,
people
I
will be
knew
at the
that was
hockey
coming,
game, because
Grant.
they'll probably be at the basketball.
Who we playing Cole Friday night?
Reed City, we got Friday night.
Oh, out here?
Yep, at home, 7 o'clock.
Wow, seniors get in free?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't
Do I
know.
get free popcorn too?
I don't know how that works. I just
Hey, I'm going to tell him Cole Heiss said I get a free hot dog, Coke, and popcorn. I'm his guest. Yeah, thanks, Cole. Appreciate that. That's very nice. Trent, you can chip in too and help. Hot dog.
So, yeah, Friday night, Reed City.
What time?
Coach?
7 p.m.
7 p. Girls play first?
Girls play at 5:30.
And who's coaching the girls then?
Coach Jessica Heist, you know.
And we got a girls. Well, we can have the girl Jessica on and the girls, because I think the girls varsity will be pretty good this year too. I mean, it's a lot of good basketball at Big
There's a
Rapids.
2 in there. I'm glad you threw that 2 in there.
Yes.
Right? What's going to take turnaround?
I think just we got a new, like you've all mentioned, we lost my grandpa as our coach, just the new turnover and running new stuff and all that. But also, like what you mentioned earlier, we literally left football season right into basketball. So it's taken us football players some time to get into that basketball shape, to get into
How
that.
sore were you that first couple days?
We were all pretty beat up, but we had to take a couple days off.
Yeah.
But we've been so really, most teams have been going at it for well over a month, basketball season-wise, and we've only been going at it for 2 or 3 weeks. So we just got to trust the process, and by the time we get into January and February, we'll be ready to go.
You know, you're pretty lucky. I know you probably cherish the moments, but you're going to look back and your memories of your grandpa coaching you. It gives me chills thinking about it, because I have 7 grandchildren. And I tell you, you guys don't know yet, but when you have those, it's unbelievable. The love that you have for your grandchildren, and how proud I am of them when they score a basket or score a football, like Hair Bear scored a few touchdowns this year, and Jack did too, you know. And I'm not one of those guys sit there and holler, hey, all right, there's my grandson. I sit there in quiet mode and just, but down deep, there's nothing better than a grandson excelling in any. I shouldn't say this, but if one of them was a cheerleader, I think I'd be happy for them. You know what I mean? It's whatever they want to be. But I'd have to change their name too. But anyway, that being said, what was it like playing for your grandpa? Was there more stress, or were you more relaxed? Were you more confident? Were you intimidated by it? How did the other players treat you? Being grandpa was your coach, did he favor you, or didn't he favor you enough? Was he harder on you? There's 10 questions. We only got 30 minutes. Go.
10 questions.
So I would say, first off, I mean, it was just truly a blessing to get to play for him, because, like, I've been the water boy manager since I was, like, first grade. So that was something I got to look up to all the way along, just hoping to get that opportunity, knowing that I didn't know when he would be done necessarily. So I got the blessing to do it for 3 years with him, which I cherish every moment with it. And it was pretty, like I said, point out, last year was pretty sweet. I got to do it with my brother as well. So we both got to play for him last year, which was pretty sweet. And as you mentioned, I mean, he showed no favoritism to me. There were definitely always, people always talk, like he said, you always have your haters that are always trying to have an excuse for it, but he definitely did not. He always was tough on me, always was trying to make me better, and I just valued every moment I had with him.
Yeah, I went to a few games, and he's kind of like I was in the stands. He's kind of a quiet guy.
Yeah.
So time game comes, it's your turn to shine, not his turn.
Exactly. I think that's changed over the years. He used to be quite intense on those sidelines, but as he got later, he trusted what he had put in practice and just kind of was more laid back.
Yeah, he knew the game really well, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
20 years went pretty fast.
Yes, he did.
Believe me, it does, doesn't it? I don't want to get depressed, so we're going to start talking about your game. Who's your starting five right now? Go.
Right now, it's kind of a fluid situation. We've had a couple of different ones, but these two guys right here, Trent and Cole, and then we have Owen Craven, a good football player, and then Lamont Belvin, a really undersized big man. The hops that if he was 6'5", he'd be dunking all over people. And then our other one is Lee McLaughlin, who a 3-year varsity player, who's still sorting it out a little bit this year, but has been getting better and better and better each game.
Well, you got some pretty good athletes there. Yeah. So we expect you guys to start winning here.
Yeah, we do too. We do too.
Yeah. Reed City's going to be a good game. I know you guys are pretty good friends with those boys up there, right? You guys probably go to lunch a lot with them, and hey, how you doing? Here's a flower for Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, I don't know
not
about
that at all, huh, Trent? No. Tell us about that. What's that mean to you, Trent? You've been here, what, 4 years, 5 years?
Yep.
Yeah. Went to St. Mary's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had a good coach there.
Yeah.
Very good.
Boy, I know, but it does go fast. But over your time being here, you haven't been here as long as Cole, obviously, but your connection to Reed City, what is that? What does it mean to you, this game?
Right, it's just a big rivalry, so, we always want to come out on top, always want to play as physical as possible. Yeah, just basically get the win.
Yeah, you're a big boy. You can play physical. Do you feel that you're a football player or a basketball player?
It's okay. You can answer honestly.
You're a pretty good-sized man. I mean, I can see you battling under the boards and throwing some elbows.
Yeah.
And that's from your football technique, I guess.
He's getting quite a number of block shots every game. Probably at least 2 or 3 every game, I think.
At least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Your dad was a good athlete, I bet.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he was a good soccer player, and then he played basketball for a couple of years.
And his brothers are, too.
Yeah.
His brother scored 30 the other night for me.
Oh, yeah.
Good there.
Well, your dad coached St. Mary's the other night against a pretty good team. In fact, when that team came out, I think they're from Mount Pleasant.
No, that was Algoma Christian the other night.
Actually, I think they're from Algoma.
Yep.
Did you bleep that out, Bob, when he said that? So I didn't sound dumb. But anyway, no, thank you, Brian. Algoma, they're a pretty good team, too.
Yeah.
And when they came out, I said to your dad, I said, well, this is going to be a tough one. You go, yeah, it could be. But your dad coached really well that game. He really had those guys like a little oiled machine. I was really impressed. Yeah. That was his debut.
We had hockey that night, so that's where I was.
No, but that was the first time he had actually coached him. And I said, Brian's not going to like this. And Mark Schreiner's not going to like this. And he was up at halftime by like 13 or so. And then they ended up winning.
Yeah, they all played well.
Yeah, so John Mossel, if anybody out there looking for a coach, man, I tell you what, I'd give him an A on that game. But anyway, going back to you boys, what did football do for you to get you ready for basketball, or was it tougher? Because you just came off football season and you had to throw the shorts on to go play basketball. Air-wise, are you as in good shape or better shape if you would have had 3 weeks prior to your first game?
I mean, I would say the physical part from going from football to basketball is tough just because it's a whole different shape. Like football shape, you're grinding and pounding every couple of seconds, where basketball is more just up and down. But I think mentally, football is huge for us. We showed glimpses last night in that fourth quarter. When you had 4 of the 5 dudes on the floor were football players. We're just competitors. No matter what you do with us, our football players are there to compete. We're there to try to win anytime we can. We just love winning, and that's the kind of mentality we've got playing from football, that we're just trying to win at all costs any way possible.
I like the intensity that Kurt's giving on the defensive end too. He's just I hate to use, but a gnat out there. He's really been a nice addition to you guys.
But it's been kind of unfair for Blake as a coach, and the reason I say that is because a well-oiled machine will work better than a rusty one. And being that said, you're coming from football to basketball. It would have been advantageous if you would have had 3 weeks prior to the game, first game, and get your plays down, your routine, right?
For sure.
Or you don't think that hindered you?
I think it did a little bit, but we want all of our programs to win. So if the football team would have went to Ford Field, and we were all hoping that they were going to, we would have made adjustments and we would have made it work. Probably would have moved our schedule around a little bit to give those guys a little bit of time to rest. But yeah, we really wanted the football team to keep winning.
So when they got beat, you didn't have a big smile on your face going, oh, now it's my turn. Come on, boys. We're going to go play basketball because this way it's my world. No, I'm only teasing.
I think I was excited that it was, officially basketball season, but I felt terrible for the kids because I know how much it meant to them. And I know how much they were looking forward to that regional final game and how much belief they had that they were going to go in and win that thing and continue their run. And they ran into a buzzsaw. Unity Christian was pretty darn good. But kudos to that football program. Coach Selzer has done a fantastic job over the last few years getting this program to, where making the playoffs was something that we would celebrate, to now, your expectations are you're competing for district and regional titles every year. So the football team, the football team sets the tone for us every single year. If you have a good football season, it usually leads into other sports doing well. And yeah, we lost a week or so because of football, but I would do that every single year if it meant the guys were bringing home at least one trophy for the football season.
When you look back, and not only does the football team, but Blake did an extraordinary job with the soccer team. He took over as the head coach of the soccer team about probably a quarter of the way into the season, and really brought them together, and kind of made the season a lot better than what it could have been. So I think from that standpoint, there's a lot of appreciation that needs to be shown to Blake for what he did for that soccer team this fall too.
Well, that being said, let's take a break, Bob, and thank our 43 sponsors that we have.
Thank all of them.
Most of them are cannabis spots down
right.
here, We want to
right, let's go to break.
People out
I
there.
think so.
Without them, we wouldn't get high on this program. We'll be right back.
Curry's Hot Stove.
Appreciate it.
Come say cheers at Zott's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zott's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zott's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curry's Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Brian Miller at 103.9. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered. With free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us We're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
It's snowing again, and the last thing you want is to have to deal with that old clunky snowblower that might not even start. Or perhaps you've been told that shoveling is not a very good idea for you. Well, wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind knowing that your driveway and walks will be taken care of? M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing wants to give you that peace of mind. No matter how long or short your driveway is, M&M can take care of it. If you just want snow plowing and walk shoveling, or if you like the full treatment with a layer of salt, they can do that as well. If you're a business owner, you know that an unplowed parking lot means lost revenue. Let M&M take care of it before your doors open. Remember, customers on the plow list get first priority when the snow comes. All it takes is a phone call to M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, 231-796-4956. When winter rears its ugly head, and it will, take comfort that M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing is here to serve you.
Booked at Curries.
Pete, why do you come to Curries?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I go to Curries to get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions and mayonnaise and ketchup. And you're not going to ask, where's the beef? It's going to be in the bun.
Oh, all right, we're back, Bob. I can't hear me right now, but you folks can out there in the Wonder World.
Yeah, yeah, it cranked. It's squealing.
You know,
We'll try it again.
you're a three-sport athlete, right?
Yes, sir.
And plus you're a cheerleader in the summertime.
Not that
Not
one.
for anybody, no team or nothing. Who's your favorite team?
I would say probably my favorite team overall is Michigan. Like, I'm a big college sports guy. I like the Michigan Wolverines. I cheer for them in every sport they play.
Basketball right now.
They're pretty good in basketball right now.
But you're playing three sports. Do you have a hobby?
I pretty much sports is it. I enjoy lifting, working out. That's probably, I would say, my hobby in my free time.
You ever ride a bicycle?
I mean, I know how to ride a bike, yes.
Well, because I mean, you're into sports. Your folks have been in sports, and their folks were in sports. Your mother, great coach for the girls for a lot of years. What's it like to be coached? I understand she's your assistant coach.
Yep.
So, and that's every mother's dream is to coach their son. Let's face it. She has the opportunity and she has the credentials to help you as a coach. How instrumental has your mother been in your life?
I mean, I love that she gets to coach me. I mean, she's coached me since I was really young. I mean, the countless hours I spent in the gym with her, I cherish every moment. I appreciate it all the time. If I'm having an off day shooting the ball, she's there to tell me what to do to fix it. She's got so much knowledge when it comes to the game and just everything in life. She's there if I ever need her help, and it's huge for me.
Now, she played ball.
Yeah, she did.
Where was she from?
Both my parents are from Greenville.
I'm sorry. But anyway, so no, I'm only kidding. Greenville's a great town. My dad's mother's family, the Walters from Greenville. They're from Greenville. Anyway, who do you feel has been more, and this is an odd question, but I ask odd questions, so if you're ready for this or not. Who has been more instrumental in your athletic career, mother or your dad? Because I know your dad was an awfully good athlete, too.
I mean, that's hard to say. I would say they're both very.
Oh, that's what I wanted to hear.
I would say they're both very instrumental because they both know so much about so many different things. Like, I've had the opportunity to play for both of them in multiple sports, and it's just amazing. Like, I've played for Mr. Miller and my dad and Mr. Lazinski since 8U baseball all the way up. I mean, they've been there all the way along. Both parents helping me throughout the way.
I can tell you I've coached with Tim, since Cole was 8 years old, and now that Ty and Cooper are playing together, and not a person I think more highly of, and a good friend before anything, but so it's been special for us to be able to coach those kids.
And we don't want to blow too smoke up on him. But I will say this, he's coached little Jack, my grandson there, and I've watched him. Your dad, he is a very good coach. In fact, I told him, you should resign from superintendent and go into coaching. I mean, he's got patience.
Yeah, he does.
He's very instrumental on the kids. He's very, very good with them. His demeanor on the sidelines is very good. He never belittles anybody. and encourages it. So I'm very, very thankful for that.
Yeah, he really enjoys it. I like watching him coach those younger kids. Like, they started basketball the other day, and he's just got so much patience. It's kind of funny to watch sometimes because I see him with his patience. It seems like nothing ever rattles him, which is quite impressive.
All right, now the next question. I know I'm picking on you today pretty much, but I'm not picking on you. I'm just trying to find out who Cole Heist is.
No, you're good.
But who has more patience, mother or dad?
Oh, that's a good one.
Let me say, I can answer that, I think, and I know them fairly well, but I want to hear from you.
I mean, I guess I would say, I mean, they're both really patient. I would say my mom maybe is a little more patient, but my dad's really patient throughout. I would just say he, like, once he's fired up, I mean, he might get a little fired up, but
Really?
he's very calm.
It would be the opposite. I would think your mother is more intense than your dad.
I mean, I think she's quicker maybe to, like, get a little rattled, but once my dad's fired up, he's fired up. But they both are very calm humans. Let's say that first. They're very calm, very mellow.
You're not spoiled.
No, they're great for me. They push me to be myself and to do my everything by myself and just keep striving through life.
What about Trent? Mom or dad? Because, you know, I guess mom kind of Heather's in the background a little bit. Not many people, you know, whereas, you know, John's out there, but I know, you know, I see a little bit of mom and dad in Trent.
Well, who's your biggest fan, your mom or dad?
That's a good one. I'm not really sure. I mean, they both support me so much through everything I do. I really couldn't say who was my biggest fan.
That's a good answer, yeah. Who's more instrumental in your athletic ability? Mom, was she a pretty good athlete?
She played basketball in high school, but she never really was huge into sports. So I'd probably say my dad.
Yeah. Well, as your little brothers look up to you, do you feel that pressure of the little fellow there? He's in 8th grade now, I know. And, you know, 4 years is a big difference in a family. You're a model to him, do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like I am for sure.
Mm-hmm. And a good model, I know that at that. Why do you think that is?
I mean, I think he's just always looked up to me playing basketball, like always going to my games when he was little and I hadn't started playing basketball yet. And I don't know, I think he just always wants to try and be like me.
Why do you think you are who you are? What did your folks do that you're not on drugs? You're a good little man at the school. I'm sure your academics are good. Tell the world what made you who you are, Trent.
Well, my parents just brought me up very well, like always going to church on Sundays, always taught me right from wrong, just always teaching me to do the right things, be honest, just things like that.
It's worked out well. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Cole, how about you? What did your folks do different than a lot of folks?
I would say similar to Trent, just they brought me up. Everything that I had to do was earned through my hard work and their hard work, that nothing's ever given to you. And just they taught you from a very young age to do the right thing and to do the right thing, because there's always somebody watching you and there's always somebody hoping that you make that mistake. So you just have to take pride in yourself to not make those mistakes.
You know, a lot of kids are pressured into doing things. And some kids are pressured into where they break and say, you know, I don't want anymore. You know, you're just expecting too much from me. I don't have that ability. You never had that problem, did you?
No, sir.
See, but you've seen kids that have had that problem.
Yes, definitely. That happens to people throughout all over the world.
Do you ever talk to any of your schoolmates that are having mental problems at home, or do you ever see that in high school? Or
I mean, I think mental health is a huge thing. It's definitely came on over the last couple of years, like more known throughout. But yeah, I think we see it in everyday life. Trenton can say it too. You just everybody has rough days here and there, and you just you never know what somebody's going through, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You seem to have a good demeanor. Now, did you ever feel the pressure because of your dad's status in the school system and your mother being a head coach and she coached your sister and you watched that? And you know, there's people out there, and it's unfortunate, but it's part of life, and I hope you're learning from it. I know I learned from it. It's called jealousy. A lot of people are jealous of others what they have, but they don't realize what it took to get there. But they know they have it, and they're jealous of that. Did you ever feel that in your career so
Yeah,
far?
definitely, especially my freshman, sophomore year, as I was moved up to those varsity teams. As a younger kid, I'd always feel like there was that pressure from those older kids that felt like they should be there over me and those kind of things. But my parents taught me from a young age that pressure is a privilege, and you just have to own it and be able to go with yourself, because you know the time you've put in, and you have to trust that you have put in enough time to be where you are.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
You know, I
was trying to corner him, but it's not.
My position being what it is, you know, my kids, you know, I look, You know,
Well, being a sheriff's kid,
right? You know, you talk about a pastor's kid, a sheriff's kid.
a gas station guy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, superintendent. You look, and those kids, there's more pressure on them maybe than sometimes there should be because of that position you're in. And I don't want my kids to be perfect. You know, I want them to make mistakes. They have. But in the end, you know, I go back to these three things, and it's a learning process. But if my kids, number one, whatever you choose to do, you better work hard at. Number two is I hate excuses. And number three is concern yourself with you. Because the more you're concerned with everybody else around you, the less you're concerned with what you need to do and what you need to be. And if, you know, those things can happen, everyone's better for it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
well, what I did with my kids is they grew old enough to understand a model. I said to them, I said, what you want to do to be successful is don't follow my path. I says, I'm a badass. No.
well, you don't want your kids to be you. You want them to, you know what? Their lives are what they're going to make you. You just try to be the best role model you can. Try to live your life. I'm not living my life for anybody else. I am who I am. Take it or leave it. But I can sleep at night, you know, and if my kids look at that and say, you know, this is what I want to model myself after, great. But just be the best person you can.
Right.
And everything will be better because of it. So no more life.
No, I was just
Let's get to the rest of the season because, Coach.
Well, I want to ask the coach a question, and I'll let you, Brian. But are you playing the same offense, defense? Are you kind of keeping the format same as Coach Ingles had in the last 25, 30, 40 years?
A lot of the stuff, yeah, we kept, you know, and we've implemented some new things. Coach Heist has been instrumental in adding some of those things. But yeah, we've kept the language the same. We're running some of the same stuff. Some of the stuff we've changed just because of the personnel we have. But you know, it worked for a long time. So anything that we kept that we thought would work, we kept.
How many players you got on your team?
We have 14 on our team.
Wow, that's quite a bit, isn't
Yep.
it? So playing time, some of them don't get so much playing time, obviously, because you're going to play the best 7, 8. Is that what you got? And maybe it's unfair to ask, but do you have 10, 12 guys that you can count on, or do you have like 7, 8 that's a real key?
You know, I think we went into 9 guys. We played 9 or 10 last night, and it's kind of a fluid situation. You know, a couple of guys that might not get a ton of minutes against one team might get a bunch of minutes against another team just because of the skill sets they have. We can be really big with some of our guys. We can play a small lineup like we did last night to get back into the game. So each kid has a role that they need to fill, and they know those roles. And, you know, last night down the stretch, I thought we filled those roles to a T to get back into the game. And just unfortunate that we weren't able to finish it.
Is that an advantage to have 14 guys? I know at practice it's nice to have 5-on-5, but then you got those 4 other guys out there. They got to understand that they're a big part of the team. It's pretty hard to do that, though, to keep their morale up and their confidence up that any time they can be called on. But that being said, 14 is pretty maximum, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and we do have one injury. Drew Heist, Cole's brother's out for the season, which is one of the biggest losses we could have had. A guy who was primed to make a big jump. You always make a big jump from your freshman to sophomore year. It's a kid we were going to rely on to play 20 to 25 minutes a game. It was probably going to get us 12 to 15 points a game. A lights-out shooter, a secondary ball handler to his brother. It could play defense. And, you know, last year he was the spark plug that came in off the bench and did a lot of really nice things for us. So we have 14, but Drew can't play. So we really only have 13 in practice, but he's as much a part of our team as everybody else is.
Cole, is he as good as he is because of you?
I mean, I would say all 4 of the Heist kids are very competitive within each other, and we all strive to be better than the one that came before us and be better than the one even underneath of us because there's 4 of us and we all compete.
You look at both these boys, though. You know, you look at, you know, Cole, his siblings, and then you look at Trenton and his siblings.
Right.
You know, Austin and Carson, and they mirror each other, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your younger brother, what grade's he in then, the second one?
He's a sophomore.
So he's playing basketball?
Yep.
Is he on the JV team then?
Yep.
That's good. Get a lot of playing time there, won't he?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
That's pretty important, isn't it, Coach? Get those JVs a lot of time. I mean, a lot of guys like Cole, you came up, your freshman year?
Yes, sir.
Did you get a lot of time as a freshman?
Yes, sir. I was like sixth or seventh guy off the bench.
Okay. And then your sophomore year?
Yep, I played a lot. Started for us our sophomore year.
Okay. But a lot of guys aren't that fortunate. A lot of times coaches bring up a JV guy and then he just sits the bench. I remember when Adam played, they were moving up some of the JV guys up there, and he was one on the bubble, and I said, no, he's not on the bubble. He's staying on JV because you'll get more time. And he did. And then the time he was a senior, him and Justin Woods were two of the key players on the team. And the other guys didn't get fortunate the time that they should have got, and kind of held them back a little bit. What's your thoughts on that?
You know, our rule is if we're going to bring an underclassman, a freshman or sophomore, they've got to play. We're not going to bring a kid just to sit him on the end of the bench. So we do have that 5-quarter rule now in high school where you can bring a JV kid and they can play 5 quarters. Well, technically, you could have somebody play like a quarter in the freshman game, 2 quarters in the JV game, and 2 quarters of the varsity game if you really wanted to with the freshmen anyway. We are only going to play the younger kids that are going to help our varsity team. We're not going to bring a kid who's going to play maybe a minute here, a minute there, because that's a detriment to their development. So we'll keep those kids down, and our JV team is kind of been a roller coaster. They took a knock last night. Traverse City St. Francis probably shot 65% from the 3 against our JVs last night and beat them by 35. But you know, the night before they were down to the game before that last Thursday they were down to Tri-County by 13 at the end of the first quarter and ended up winning on a buzzer beater. So you know, we've got pieces coming. We've got a lot of really good players in our freshman and JV teams. So yeah, we keep those kids down to make sure that they can develop and they can earn their time later on.
It's kind of nice though. This year, you guys are really playing some really good teams. So therefore, you're actually going to get better, aren't you? When it comes to the end of the season, going into districts, you're going to get better because a lot of times you play to your competition's level, and sometimes you don't play very good teams like, you know, this.
Unfortunately, I think you guys are in districts this year with Ludington, right? And Ludington is supposed to be kind of that team to beat, if I'm not mistaken, in our district.
Yeah,
we got time.
They return everybody, and also Hart is in our district who returns just about everybody. They've got they're a 4-year player who played with Parker Hovey in that group a few years ago. You've got a really good sophomore. But also you've got Reed City in that district. And those are probably, and those are probably the top 4 teams. You've got Manistee is actually having a good year as well. So, you know, the CSAA is probably as good as it's ever been this year. I've got a lot of talented teams. And yeah, we've taken some left. Kennewaw Hills is a really good program. You know, they
Tough one to start with.
They went to Caledonia, which is a big D1, and beat them. They beat Ottawa Hills the other night, so they're rolling. And again, Chip Hills is the best team they've had in a long time. And we were still finding our legs too. That's game 2. We're still figuring out lineups and stuff. And we're looking forward to playing them again later on in January. But the wins are coming. We're right there. We've got to sort out just the little things. Make a couple more layups. Get a couple more rebounds, and you know, last night we won that game.
And Grant's kind of the team to beat, I think. And Central Mount Calm's good. You guys got snowed out with Central Mount Calm last week, right? And I think they're supposed to be a pretty decent team this year.
Yeah, they're probably the favorites right now to win the CSA. Is it the silver?
Silver, yeah.
Or the red or the white or whatever it is.
Yeah.
With the smaller schools. Yeah, they've played really well. Another Coach Ingles over there, Coach Ingles' nephew, Shay, has done a great job with that program. And he's got a class now that he's had for a while.
Right.
It's got to be his 3rd or 4th year, and they've been really good. You know, and Grant is they've got 9 kids on their varsity. They play fast. They shoot the crap out of the ball. You know, they've had a couple of really good games. But again, I think we match up well against them. And we're still figuring it out, and we'll be ready when we see them.
Question I have with Grant is, you know, their baseball program is decent too, as you know, Cole can attest to. Mm-hmm. So you look at the baseball team, the basketball team, but yeah, usually it kind of everything goes. But then you look at the football team. I guess I don't have an answer for it, but usually when you're as competitive as you are in multi-sports, you know, but that's just one that I guess maybe.
I can attest that Grant has a good soccer program.
Okay.
And they have a lot of kids in their soccer program, so maybe that could be it as well. We lost to them in the conference tournament championship this year, so maybe that's where some of their athletes are going. And I know that they've got a lot of kids who are just basketball-only type of guys as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then in baseball they'll be competitive.
Yeah, they just focus on those two sports, I guess, over there. None of those basketball and baseball kids play football. They all just play the other two.
Not to talk about baseball, but
But you have to understand, some people stress athletics in their schools, and we're going to be the best we can be, and the ones that don't go after academics.
so we got both.
We do.
So we got both.
No, I know we do. You know, we don't have a lot of time left, but did you think what you're going to do after high school?
I'm still unsure of where I'm going to go to college, I'm for sure, and hopefully play college basketball somewhere, but I don't know where yet. But then afterwards, I'll probably study education with the hopes to be a college coach down the line. So hopefully after I play college basketball somewhere, I join a coaching staff and try to become a college coach.
He will do because he's in coaching him in football, baseball. He was a coach on the field. He was that kid that when we were playing baseball, he was the one kind of saying, okay, be ready for this. This is what's going to happen. You know, well.
So you weren't a real big part of coaching him.
Well, yeah, I mean, coaches or players make the coaches, right?
Yeah. Trent, how about you? Take Dad's business over, I hope.
Maybe. We'll see.
I hope so. I do. I'm telling you. You know, there's nothing wrong with following in your parents' footsteps, as Cole seems like he's going to be doing. And your dad is a very successful businessman. You know, I had a guy on the radio yesterday. His name was Richard Young. He's from Florida, and a self-made millionaire. Not that that's impressive, but how he got there was the impressive part. And your dad's that way, too. He's very successful. Your dad wasn't given his business, but he built his business with your brother there. I'm very proud of your dad, and I'm very proud to call him my friend. You know, it's pretty hard to do, but I always say the secret to success is when you understand with nothing that you can be something. And your dad's that kind of a guy, and your mother's backing him 100%. So I'm just preaching to the choir here a little bit, because both you guys are both good young men, and whatever you do, I know you'll be successful. But I would have to say to a person that has a dad's got a business, or like you, your dad, what he's done showed you the way. Take advantage of that. But remember where it came from.
Right.
Remember the humbling beginnings. Don't ever go in there and just say, oh, this is all given to me. Go in there, you're giving them a chance to be given something. And I think you both realize that. I'm preaching to
I got a question from the audience. Yes. All right. We'll start with Cole and then go to Trenton. All right. What do you think is the hardest part of coaching? Cole?
I think the hardest part of coaching I would say, is just dealing with everything, like having to manage everything, the parents, the players, all that. I would say the coaching parts is the easy part. Like once you get into the game, I would say the hardest part is dealing with everybody else outside of it would be my thing.
That's a great answer. Trenton?
Yep, I'd definitely say like very similar to Cole, like dealing with everything outside of it, like the parents, if you lose a game, you know, all the reactions from the fans and everything like that, and dealing with that.
Go ahead.
Blake?
You're a hero.
I asked the kids, but what Blake?
Oh, Blake, yeah.
You know, I think all the outside stuff is kind of tough, and it's just something that you have to deal with in today's day and age with the social media, and it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's a lot of information to be spread. People have a message board just to say whatever they'd like to say sometimes. But at the same time, like the new technology, being able to communicate with parents at a higher level than saying, hey, kids, go home and tell your parents. Because then the
telephone game?
Yeah, and then the parents don't get the information because the kids never give it to them.
Right.
But like Cole and Trent said, like 3:30 to 5:30 when we're in practice, it's so much fun just being with the guys and then being able to be in the locker room and coach those guys in games. That's the fun part. That's why we do it. Building relationships with the kids and being with the kids and seeing them succeed is for sure the best part of it. And all the other stuff it can be tough, but it hails in comparison to the positive relationships and the positivity and just the fun that you have competing with a group that you care about and that you love.
You know, I'm going to tell you, what sets a tone in life is that first set of eyes when you look at somebody, that smile on your face that you greet somebody. If I was to give you guys any
Word of advice?
Yeah. Word of advice is set that tone right at the beginning. And you know what the beginning of a basketball game is? The pride. stand attention to that flag. Cross your hands to your heart. Understand that we're here because of the freedom that the warriors fought for us over the past years. You guys have never had a big war. But I tell you what, back in the Vietnam days, I'm only going to talk for 30 seconds. If those boys wouldn't have fought for us in that war, we wouldn't be in the studio right now. So when they play the national anthem, or Christy Britton sings the national anthem, sit there with pride, and then also with the belief that we are here home of the brave. When they say home of the free and the brave, it truly is, that flag is a symbol of that. So I'll get off that. But anyway, I mean that sincerely, though.
Sure.
And when I say sets the tone, the audience, people like me are sitting there saying, I'm proud to be a Cardinal. Those guys right there respected the biggest and the best symbol in the United States of America, the flag. Instead of sitting there waving or not looking at the flag or whatever, just show that respect, because there's Vietnam vets up there. And they'd be so proud to say, you know what? These are great representatives. Win or lose, you're Americans. So that comes first.
Yes,
all right. So anyway, Coach, I wish the best of luck to you this year. The Cardinals going to play the Coyotes.
The Coyotes are coming here to play
The
us.
Coyotes, I know what they're playing. The Coyotes play with a lot of pride. Cardinals play with a lot of pride. What do you see in this game happening?
You know, it's one of those games where one team could be 0-20, the other could be 20-0, and it could be a toss-up. It's one of the best-kept rivalries in the entire state of Michigan, and I truly believe that. There's no love lost. We don't like them very much. I know they don't like us very much. It's that's why you play these games and why you do this is to compete and represent your community. I know these guys will represent us well. And I know it's one that they definitely want to get, because for these guys, it's their last time to play Reed City in that gym.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Cole, what do you think this week, Friday night? Any jitters? I mean, before you always said, well, I got one more year. I can play him one more year. You know, a little history there. You know the history there, right?
For sure.
So what do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't say jitters necessarily, because I've played Reed City in bigger games before and bigger situations, especially when you go up to their place. It's always a little more different than playing them at ours.
Yeah.
But they'll be ready to go. They're always ready. They don't like us very much up there, and especially after we beat them in football these last couple of years, and that's a little more for them to get after. But it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be physical. It's not one of those that's going to be no contact. It's going to be physical from the start to the finish.
Yeah. So, any game plan? Do you have anybody you got a key on? You know the players well. I know you've played them 4 years in a row. And is there any underclassmen now that are seniors played right with you the 4 years?
I think they're pretty young up there. I think they have a couple seniors, but they're pretty young up there. But as long as we take care of ourselves and play Big Rapids basketball, we'll be fine.
Trent?
Yep, for sure. Just take care of business. Yeah.
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 What do you think's the score? You have a idea that you're going to beat them by 10 or 20 or?
I mean, 20 would be nice, but I really couldn't put a score on it.
Only going to be by one.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's going to be pretty competitive, isn't it? How do they set up against you guys? What do you think? You guys are seniors, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So how many seniors on the starting lineup?
For us?
Yeah.
All 5.
Oh, wow, Blake. No pressure there, ain't there, huh?
Yeah.
You look at this senior class, and we talked off air, but this senior class is actually a very special one. You look at that football team and how many seniors were contributors there. You look at the basketball team. If I'm not mistaken, maybe 10 of the 14 are seniors. You look at our hockey team right now, 9 of the 15 or 16 kids we have are seniors. In the spring, I think we got 9 returning seniors on the baseball team, so it's a pretty special class.
Yeah, now how many seniors on your team, Blake?
I believe there's 10.
Yeah.
10 seniors?
10 seniors.
Wow. And your starting 5 are these 2 and who else?
Owen Craven, Liam McLaughlin, and Lamont Belvin.
And then what position do you play then, Cole?
I run the point guard for us, but I can also play just any kind of guard pretty much anywhere.
And then you, Trent?
I'm the power forward.
Who's your center then?
Lamont Belvin is our starting center.
You said how tall is he?
6 foot.
6 foot?
6 foot, but he jumps out of the gym. I don't think we've ever seen somebody quicker off the floor. And he plays way bigger than he is. And the cool thing about Lamont is he can guard every position. He can guard the point guard, and he can guard the center and everywhere in between.
Did you play any other sports?
He's a football guy, and I think his job was he played some DN, maybe some outside linebacker.
Real good pass rusher.
It was go get the quarterback.
I coached my favorite kid I ever coached was Michael Peterson, and when he was a freshman, I coached him, and whoever the best player was on their team, that's who you put Michael on. You know, and I love guys like that. You know, what he lacked in height or otherwise, he made up for in toughness and grittiness.
A cool Michael Peterson story. One of my first years coaching, we were down to Reed City. One of the Munn boys had just hit like a half-court shot to put him up by like 15. And Kent and I are walking in the locker room. And this is when I was still relatively new. It might have been my second year. This was like Aaron Doherty, Forrest Dorn were on the team. And I go to walk in, and Kent just kind of goes, "Hey." And we go in there, and we hear Mikey Peterson just giving the guys the walk forward, getting them ready to go. We didn't have to say anything. Kent just went in and said, ditto, what he said. And we came out, and I don't know if we won the game. I don't think we did. But we played, but we cut it to one or two late and had a chance to win it. And it just shows that Mikey was a great kid, great leader.
I always tell Jack, your grandson, well, both Jack and Curdy Peterson, your Uncle Michael, you know, he was something special.
I thought my boy was. Okay.
He's the ex-Big Rapids.
Yeah. Hey, your hero, Cole. Who's your hero? Do you have one?
I would say both my parents, my dad and my mom for sure.
All right. Trent?
Yep, I'd say both my parents too.
Well, how about me, the gas station guy? I mean, I was hoping one of you guys would say.
Well, you still got Harrison. You still got Harrison.
Yeah, there you go.
And what about O?
Oh, I got to tell you a story about I had a birthday, as you all know, yesterday, or it was the day before. Hell day goes by so fast. Anyway, my grandkids were all there with me, you know, and they're giving me their presents, and Kay gave me a card. It was just a tearjerker. She's very creative. And then Hair Bear gives me a patriotic hat with the eagle on the bill and God Bless America, whatever, you know, Papa Pat on the side his dad put on there. Owen comes over with this sack, and I'm thinking, now what could he have got me? So I opened up the sack, and I pull out, well, there's 8 sets of socks there. And I look at the socks, and I'm thinking, I reminisced of my Christmas days back when all 12 of us would get around there for Christmas. We'd get one toy, then a T-shirt or underwear or socks. So it brought me back to memories of that. And I said, oh, and I said, very nice gift that you got me. I said, the last time I got socks for my birthday was my mother got them for me back in 1958. And he looked at me, and I said, well, I got to ask you, why would you get me socks? Not that I'm not impressed. He goes, because you need them. He said, every time you come over to the house, you got holes in your socks. Papa needs new socks. He's holes in the socks. Oh, geez. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah. Good old. Well, gentlemen, good luck on the season.
Thank you.
Again, not two people I think more of than these two guys here, and Coach. I know how respected you are as a teacher and coach, so very popular teacher, Pat, not only just a coach. So
yeah, it's the first time I've ever met you, and it's really been a pleasure today. I'm sorry I didn't give you more time, but I like these young people to get some time and understand why we're successful in life. And, you know, there's so many negatives going on about young people today that they're enablers and blah, 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 and we don't have much of a country going on. I think we have a great country, and I think this next generation with Cole and Trent, people like them, I think we're when old people like me leave this earth, it's going to even get better. In fact, I told the other day, the way my kids are raising their kids, I think the 5th generation of Curries is going to be the best generation that God has produced. So I'm very thankful for everything in life that has been given to me, and I'm thankful for this hour with you two. And I know it doesn't mean as much to you as it does Brian and I and the coach here, but someday you're going to look back at your life in Big Rapids and say, I love that little town, you know? And we appreciate what you guys have done. You've set a good example for the younger kids coming up with your work ethic. And, God bless you both. And God bless you, Coach. And God bless America.
I do have a couple things on the out. So this weekend, 7 o'clock at Big Rapids High School. We got Big Rapids Reed City.
Yep.
I expect everybody to go to there. Big Rapids Hockey's home Friday night, too, at 7. But they are back home again at 2:30 on Saturday. So before you go watch the Ferris football game somewhere, if you want to come out to the ice arena and support the boys, they have the Sioux on Friday night, West Ottawa on Saturday, and then Jackson Lemon Christie's also in town playing hockey. Nice little school down in Jackson. So
unbelievable.
Yep. So we have that, and then go Bulldogs, and then just happy early birthday to Cameron tomorrow, 18. So
Wow, 18. I remember when your wife was pregnant for him.
yeah.
I remember when your wife didn't even know you. What am I going back? When she worked for Rogers Monk.
Yes.
You pulled her over for speed.
No, expired plate twice. And
Yeah.
then I yelled at her.
Yeah. So when you pull
She didn't like
somebody,
me.
give them a break.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we could talk forever. Any last words, Cole? What's your favorite song?
Any song or Christmas song or what?
Yeah, any song. God bless you, Christmas song. Yeah, any song.
I'd say I'll go Christmas song for the spirit. I'd say I like Last Christmas by Wham. That's my go-to Christmas song.
All right.
Bobby can play it. How about you, Trent? We'll play your favorite song.
I'd say Jingle Bells, favorite Christmas song. It's a
There you
classic.
go. Coach?
Oh, it's got to be a Christmas to Remember by Dolly Parton and
There
Kenny
you go.
Rogers.
Well,
That's it. Okay, I'm going to have to find that one.
yeah, we're fine. Well, we're going to play their favorite songs. Once again, we appreciate you guys coming on today and taking your time off from school. I know it was really tough for you to get out of class. But, yeah.
And good luck Friday.
Yeah, good luck. We'll be
And we're going
Appreciate
to name them Zot's signature players of the week.
Yeah.
All right. I know
right?
Cole's gotten one before. Trenton, you've been to Zot's?
Yep.
All right. Good for you. Coach?
I've been there.
All right.
Or the cannabis. Either one. You guys can go there.
All right. Let's get
You're in a zippy mood today.
Let's get out of here.
I love
okay, so it's
smiles. I made you laugh, didn't I?
You
did.
so it's a Christmas.
You know
What
your
is it by
dad's
Dolly
kicked
Parton?
your butt. Of course,
Christmas
your
to
old man,
remember.
both of them are calm.
A Christmas to Remember.
Kick. I love life. I love you guys.